receive many inquiries from my IB Myositis YouTube channel viewers that are answered via these video episodes. This one was from Jim Matthews. Hi Jerry, a quick thanks to you for all you do with your videos. Also a suggestion for a new one, a day in the life of a sub-5 FRS, or less in your case, IBMer. How you rise from bed, toilet, and shower, dress, eat meals, work from your desk, move around the house, watch TV, prepare for bed, and transfer to it. Anything else you do on a regular basis. Food for thought. Be well, Jerry. Jim Matthews. In order to answer all of Jim's inquiries, I'll have to determine what year I crossed over to the score of 5 and under status. My records indicate that that would be before my birthday in 2018, or approximately 11 years after being diagnosed with IBM, or about 14 years after I recognized the first telltale sign of inclusion body myositis. This becomes an easy task for me due to the functional rating scale spreadsheet log that I've kept since 2013. Since I can't do things now that I could do in 2018, I'll have to depend on file footage to show what I could do at that time and looking forward. I'm going to do one more thing for you. I'll give you both our Plan A and our Plan B, as it's a great idea to always have a backup plan in case our caregiver isn't having a great day, or for some reason Plan A cannot be accomplished. Okay, let's start working on Jim's list of questions. Getting up from the bed, toilet, and shower. In 2018, I was still able to raise myself to a seated position on the side of the bed and pivoted onto my power chair that was sitting nearby. Today I need the assistance of my caregiver to get to a seated position before lifting me with my sit-to-stand lift. My Plan B has always been to be able to utilize my freestanding overhead hoist system that I purchased 10 years ago for a dime on a dollar. With this hoist, I can easily get from a laying position to my power chair and will be able to use it to go from bed to bedside commode should that ever be required. Back in 2018, I could still transfer from my power chair to the toilet. Using gravity as my friend, getting down onto the toilet from a standing position wasn't a problem, and I used the ceiling lift to get me back up to a standing position where I could pivot and again use gravity to get back on the power chair. But those days are long gone, and now usually we only utilize the sit-to-stand lift to get on and off the toilet. Our Plan B is to use the overhead hoist to transfer from our chair to toilet and back to the power chair using a toileting sling. How does Cindy get me dressed every morning? She dons my lower half clothing while I'm still laying flat in bed. Cindy will get my pants up as high as she can on my legs before lifting my legs off the side of the bed. The use of a sit-to-stand lift makes getting dressed a lot easier compared to owning a Hoyer-type lift, and dressing and undressing is something that's done every day. Anything we can do to make it easier for our caregiver is important, and a sit-to-stand lift fits that objective. After getting me to the seated position on the side of the bed, Cindy then puts on my upper half clothing. My pants are pulled up and belted secured after being lifted to a standing position with a sit-to-stand lift. I have featured the use of a sit-to-stand lift in several of my previous IB Myositis episodes. When considering the type of lift to purchase for your IBM user, you might want to consider all of the additional benefits of a sit-to-stand lift. Let's talk about eating for a bit. I have published several episodes on this IB Myositis channel about how I get food into my mouth. Unfortunately, one device that I used successfully for 6 years is no longer available on the market, the Liftware Level. A similar device without any electronics or batteries is the Ellie Spoon. We featured the Ellie Spoon in an earlier episode, and it seemed to work well if you can still prop your elbow upon a table to pivot from. In December of 2021, I ordered an Obi robotic feeder that has served me well since the delivery in early March of 2022, using it twice a day. Regardless of which device you use to get food to your mouth, if you are suffering from any degree of dysphagia, you will need to chew and chew and chew each bite before attempting to swallow. In 2018, I used to spend 5 to 7 hours at my office desk working on these videos and doing other tasks on my computer. That has dwindled to 3 to 4 hours these days. My computer desk is nothing special, although I improved my accessibility to the keyboard by pulling out the pencil drawer, placing a thin piece of hardboard on it to place the keyboard and my seldom used mouse. I try to do as much as I can using the Smile Mouse program I featured in a much earlier episode, but there are still some complex operations in my computer-aided design and video editing programs that require a second key to be pressed or an optical mouse button press. I can now manage the secondary key press with a wooden dowel held in my mouth, pressing the necessary key. Again, not pretty, but it works for me. Moving around the house. I can still use my power chair, but usually have to have my wife put my hand on the joystick controller. I think I do more steering by tensing up my arm and moving the joystick control to steer using my upper torso and shoulder rather than my forearm and hands. Again, it's not pretty, but it works for me. I usually watch TV from my Golden Technologies recliner. What's different is not the where I watch TV from, it's how I have to adapt to keep warm. As many IBMers have complained about, when you lose muscle mass, you lose the ability to stay warm. With my muscles depleted now, I'm always cold, so a blanket is often used while watching TV, even in the summertime. Believe it or not, I'm most comfortable when I'm outside in an ambient temperature of about 95 degrees. Sometimes I get so cold in the house that I turn on my Golden Technologies heating feature, have a wife put on a heating pad on my chest, and even put an electric heater bag over my feet and under my blanket just to rid myself of feeling frozen. The other place I watch TV from is while I'm in bed, but not from a TV set mounted on the wall or on a cabinet, but from my mobile tablet mounted on the bed rail of my bed. Because my arms can no longer negotiate a mobile device, I again operate my tablet with a stylus in my mouth. I can click on a program that pulls up the same TV stations that I can access from my living room. Again, not pretty, but it works for me. Back on the subject of feeling cold, I've been using a heated mattress pad on my bed since the winter of 2018. In the winter, I'll have it cranked up to a 7 or a 2 or 3 during the summer, while always using some type of top cover. My wife and I have a regular routine that we use at bedtime. From the comfort of my sit-to-stand lift, I'm rolled into the bathroom where my wife lowers my pants and underwear and props a urinal jug on my pants to allow me to urinate. When complete, she empties the jug and pulls up my underwear that I will be sleeping in. Our next destination is next to the sink, where she prepares and inserts a hands-free toothbrush into my mouth, and a minute later removes it and gives me my nighttime pills. She then wheels me into my bedroom and sets me on the side of the bed, removes the sit-to-stand sling, my pants and shirt, and assists me in plopping my head onto the pillow. She then lifts my legs onto the bed. To watch TV on my tablet, I stay laying on my right side, but if I don't have the need to watch my tablet, I lay on my back with my arms extended at my side, and my wife adjusts the bed to my favorite position for sleeping. Well, Jim, I hope I've been able to answer some of your questions on how a sub-5 FRS IBMer gets through one day. As I've said many times in this video, none of the things we IBMers have to do would be considered pretty, but we have to do what we have to do to survive the best we can. Remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. We've been getting more than 30 new subscribers every month recently from IBMers, caregivers, and medical professionals. The IBM Myositis channel is one of the only video sources dedicated to showing IBMers on how to cope with this horrible disease, and I thank those subscribers for their support in this initiative.